good news is that's one of the biggest, things that Matt has to learn to overcome is when he has a bad play, he kind of hangs on to it for a while and he doesn't always go to the next play. And I didn't think he did that well today. Look, these spring games, don't read too much into it. The good guys played against the good guys. All right, so the coverage was tighter, the tackling was better, everything was better when the ones were playing against the ones. All right, when the twos were playing against the twos, all right, not quite so much. All right, so some plays get made because, the guys opened the windows bigger. Matt played well, Mac played well, he took advantage of those situations, but I don't think you can read too much into, how guys did, in the game, because you gotta look at it to, like, level of comp when you look at a player. Who's he playing against? That makes a difference in how successful they are. So I think you gotta look into that a little bit, in terms of some of today's performance as well.
Coach, we'll come back over here to Michael.
Keeping on that theme, just the two freshman quarterback, what did you see from them in terms of their composure, their moment, and playing in that stage for the first time?
Well, obviously, there was some anxiety out there. Talia threw a pick for a pick six, but I thought he did some things well. He's sort of naturally instinctive and made some quick decisions. Paul's a little bit more anxious, in terms of, I think he knows what to do. I think there's a little anxiety there sometimes, and it's not really good for performance when you have a lot of anxiety. So these guys have to learn, grow, and develop, and we'll just continue to work with them. And we're excited to have them all here, and think they can improve and become pretty good players for us.
Coach, we'll go back to the right with Charlie.
Just what did you see from John Menchie and the young receivers of the line team today?
Well, he did a good job. But again, it's what's the level of comp, would he catch all those passes if 2 or 7 or somebody's covering him? I don't know. All right, but when he does that, then that's good. But relative to what he had to do today, he did an outstanding job. He made some good catches, didn't drop the ball. He plays fast, he's got some strength. I think this guy's going to help us next year, and I think he'll be a good player for us.
Coach, we'll go in the middle with Rainer.
I'm only saying this because you all have a tendency to make somebody a star. And when you do that, you create a problem for us as coaches. Do you understand that? All right, so can we just make sure we're just like, it is what it is? And let's don't go down that road after one spring game. That makes sense to anybody besides me? You got 4 coaches in the room now, you can talk to them about it. Have a coaching meeting with them and they'll tell you what it is, how it is.
Okay, Coach, we'll go in the middle with Rainer.
How would you assess to his performance today, in particular his, the strength and velocity showed on the throws as well as the accuracy?
What are you talking about?
Tua.
Tua's great. Why would he have the strength and the velocity? Is there something wrong with him? No, there's nothing wrong with him. So, he had some balls dropped. I'm sure he would like to take back some throws, but they got the Crimson team kind of got themselves in a hole. Right before the half, the turn of events, and then pick 6 right afterwards. So, tough. Paul had one of those. But Tua's fine. Tua's fine all spring. I wish y'all would quit trying to make something out of nothing, because there's nothing to make out of it. So, why don't you go talk to Dr. Kane, and all those people, because you obviously don't believe me. You don't believe me. I try to have honesty and integrity with you folks as much as I can, but you don't believe me, so go talk to Dr. Kane. Go talk to Jeff Allen. Keep trying to make something out of nothing. Nothing wrong with the guy. He can run fast, he can do everything, went through the off-season program. So, and I thought he threw the ball with great velocity, just like he did before, and I don't see any difference. Do you?
It's not my call.
Well, you have an opinion. You're allowed to have an opinion. We'll make you coach next year, and I'll ask you questions at the press conference. I want to know what they told the Crimson team at halftime. Obviously they didn't do a damn bit of good. That's what you always ask me at the press conference. Every press conference, what'd you tell them at halftime? Well, I want to know what did they tell them at halftime.
Go wrap up over here with Alex.
Doing a damn bit good.
Next year, we'll have them do the press conference for you. How's that sound?
Kind of along those lines, how do you evaluate Steve Sarkisian and kind of the game plan he put together today?
We didn't have a game plan today. We had the simplest offense and the simplest defense we could possibly have, so that more players could play, and the people that we play next year will not watch our game on ESPN and say, oh, let us do a game plan for all this stuff that they're gonna do. I mean, even your crack colleagues that were coaches today, they figured that shit out.
Coach, that's all the questions we got.
All right, so I got one other announcement to make. You know, I've been struggling a little bit with one of my hips, so, and even though they don't make them like they used to, and most players would not be able to perform in spring practice like I did if they had a similar situation, but nobody could even tell. But I might not be able to play golf for a few weeks, and, you know, we're gonna do an evaluation of this, you know, at the end of spring, but, you know, they say, even if it's the worst case scenario, it may be 6 or 8 weeks, but, you know, I can still cover roads and cut them off, I can do whatever I need to do, I can still play golf, but, this has been a little bothersome, and I don't wanna go into the fall with this being a problem, but, and I wanna get it fixed because, you know, I don't wanna coach for one more year, I wanna coach for a lot of more years, so whenever things like this comes up, I wanna be aggressive and proactive to try to get it taken care of, and we'll certainly do that. We've got really good people to do it, and I don't think it should be a big deal, but, you know, I've been keeping this a little bit of a secret, but because I have so much respect for this group, I wanted you to be the first to know. Thank you.